Fuck me. Hello and welcome to Who Dares Rolls. I am your host Mike B. Here we are again with more stuff. It is now very deeply delved into October. I think we're trundling on to the 20-something of other. So we're a bit late coming out this week, but you know, bear with us. So yes, it is that. It is there. I hope you're well. Are you fine? Are you doing okay? How's life treating you? All right? Good? Good. Well, you know, can't really whinge too much, can we? Good. I won't. Right, so let's have a think about what I've played. Hopefully this sounds all right. I've lost my fluffy thing off my mic again, so I'm going to have to get some more fluffy things. It's just a constant trauma. Anyway, played. Not a bit. So we got a game of Terraforming Mars in, which I haven't played for a while, the old physical version. What I did do was I stripped out of it the Venus expansion cards and the Turmoil ones, which there's a few in there, but mainly the Venus ones I pulled out to try and maybe speed it up a little bit. It was still played longish. Tony still managed to do his thing he did. What I'm thinking of doing is taking actually out all of there's a name for it, it's the more advanced cards. They're even in the base set of the game, they've got a little triangle on them. So I think I might get them out, throw the Turmoil ones in, and try and play with Turmoil with basically just the base set and maybe with colonies, although I might take that out. Because I think adapting it might work. Turmoil is a nice expansion. I like what it did, but on top of everything else was ridiculous. So I'm wondering if almost streamlining the base game down there to its bare bones and then chucking Turmoil in might make it a nice happy medium. Thinking about that at some point. A time, another. Anyway, so we did that. We played the Tapestry, Ben brought Tapestry along to the Friday games, and we played Tapestry again. Played a lot of Tapestry recently. I played the Islanders that I've never played before. I looked at them, I went, not convinced they're going to score massively for me. And I was kind of correct in that they kind of had a point where they peaked. Having said that, I think I ended up in second place anyway, which I'm not to be argued at, but it was all right, not bad, but they're definitely not one of the stronger civs. But you know, I do enjoy the brain burn, the thing of Tapestry. It's just a nice game. It's all right. You should probably look into that if you don't own it. Just say. It's the only Stonewire game I will recommend at this current point in time. News, I feel. Here is the news. News, well, what I picked up from the news of late, there's not a massive amount. The Queen's Dilemma, which is the sequel to King's Dilemma, which we thoroughly enjoyed, as I may have said before, brilliant game, has now been delayed until 2023. No reason is given other than that's happening. It could be design thing. I mean, clearly the pandemic's an effect. Maybe they're sitting back and waiting for everything to settle down on logistics as well, because kind of printing and the shipping stuff at the moment is kind of crazy. So that's happened. The second Res Arcana expansion, something about pearls, is pretty much out. Apparently, by all accounts, I think it came out of Essen, but shipping's kind of tied all that up. So it's drip feeding out into Europe at the moment. And I think there's definitely some non-English language versions of it. I think the English language version is caught up somewhere in the shipping again, and I believe the American version of it is also delayed in shipping. But it is kind of out, but not. It looks cool. It adds the pearl mechanism to the game, so another commodity. They do some cool things. They could be traded for gold, from what I remember, and feature points. A couple of the template things to do stuff with. Again, some of them using pearls, some using other stuff, and some more cards, bits, and some more characters to play. Not a massive amount. It's kind of like the Lux, whatever it was called before, the Shadow and Light or something expansion. Adds a little bit more of the stuff that we like. And I do think Res Arcana is really good. It's a neat little I think it plays out to 5 actually, but 4 to 5 player. Card drafting, kind of deck building-ish, engine building type thing. But it's all to do, as I've said before, many times before, the economy of your card deck. You only end up with, I think it's 8 cards. And you can draft them if you want to play the draft version. It's trying to make the best engine and way of winning with them. And I like that conundrum it sets you. And it's relatively inexpensive, I think, to pick up. I mean, I got it cheap. I know that, for about 25 quid. And it was a bargain at that point. But if you can track it down anywhere about 30 odd quid or more, I mean, it's pretty good. It's if you're into your cards and thing and all that stuff. Anyway, that. Expansion. What the bloody hell have I written there? Oh yes, Richard Garfield's got a couple of new games out. He's got The Hunger. It was Eric Martin did a feature on it in Board Game Geek this week, and I had a look at it. It's a card drafting kind of game. You playing vampires, and a bit like Clank. I say card drafting, it's not card, it's like a deck builder-y thing. So a bit like Clank, in that you're going into somewhere and then running back. This is the same thing. You go out with these vampires at night, so you're out at night, you're trying to eat as many peeps as you can for the victory points, but the more you suck on, the more effects what you've eaten has to how your rest of your deck plays out and what happens in point value and stuff. So it's kind of, and also how to get back. You have to get back to the castle before daylight happens or you're screwed. So I like that. It's coming from the same guys that did Clank, actually, whose name escapes me. Direwolf, I think it's Renegade Games. It's not Clank at all. But anyway, yes, so that sounds kind of cool. It looks kind of cool. It's about sorting out your card, the economy of your hand, and deck building, these sort of stuff, and trashing cards, and that engine of running in and out. I like all that kind of stuff. I did think Clank was cool as a game. Thematically kind of falls apart. I mean, it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but kind of buckle that and just play it. Clank was good fun. So I like something similar. I will keep an eye out for that, because Garfield's pretty good at his design stuff, and it just sounds a little bit different, but a nice mix of what it's doing. We shall see. So there's that news. Other than that, Hearthstone, I've got a thing. So they released Mercenaries recently, which is okay. Slay the Spire-ish. I'm playing a bit of it. But they've announced for around Halloween, now November the 2nd this comes out, there's a Battlegrounds raid event where everyone in the Battlegrounds mode fights against someone playing Diablo, which is kind of what I thought Mercenaries was going to be. And I do like the idea of a raid event type stuff in Hearthstone. So I'll be interested to see how that plays out, because that was kind of what I hoped Mercenaries was going to offer, but it hasn't. But then there's that. So that was that. What else am I doing? Well, I still haven't got the release, the review of Dreadful Circus out, because I still need to finish filming some stuff, and I just haven't had the time. I will knuckle down this week coming, I think. This popped into the post the other day from me from Porter Games. It is Dune House of Secrets. I did say I think it was coming. It is based on the detective rule set, so that sort of thing, like they did with Vienna Connection and all the other stuff, except this has got the Dune theme on it, and you are doing Dune stuff. I haven't really read any more deeply into that. Quickly taking a glance into the old box, there is some stuff. There's not, it's not. Well, there's a box of stuff. So you've got the rules, which kind of, again, it's pretty straightforward. I think, like Vienna Connection, it's taking that. In fact, this is, I think there's about 4 pages. Yeah, so it's even less, if anything. It's taking the detective rule set, which I kind of was fairly rudimentary, but had a bit more complexity to it, and they kind of streamlined that down for these games, and it works very well. Vienna Connection worked very well with that. We've got a map of a city of some variety, kind of cool. There's lots of missiony bits. Oh, actually, there's another map. There's loads of maps in here. There's another map. I think these tie into the missions. Cool. Quest goals. There's no big pamphlet of documents in this one that we had in Vienna Connection. We've got another cool map. There's not a map. I believe that Ignacy kind of got to do his RPG type vibes thing, so everyone likes a map, so you can do that. That's obviously Arrakis, Planet June, and there was a time tracker thing. We don't know what that does yet at the moment. There is what I was interested to see was there was a sticker sheet. The stickers, so kind of a legacy-ish vibe to this, maybe. Tokens, which some have fallen out already. Well, the token stuff. And then we got some player boards, which I guess will be stickering. think that is, yes. So you level up your characters, which interesting slant on it. There is asset deck. Not much else. There is a big fat deck of the June story cards. No, the art's quite nice. It's got obviously a bit of the movie style stuff. And then there's a couple of wooden tokens. So not huge amount of stuff in there. But this, like the other ones, is all about the story, in getting enveloped in that story. And I've yet to see the June movie, actually. It's now out at cinema. But I do love what Detective does, and I do dig what they've done, but they've kind of migrated into this kind of RPG light story driven games, and it works very well with that format of the card play, and you delve in deeper and making choices, kind of choose your own adventure-ish. And I think maybe actually adding a bit of storyline of these things and something a bit more thematic in that regard may well be the golden egg for them. It may really hit the sweet spot. I know that the app has been updated, or the interface, the Antares interface you use with this, and this one contains, I think, cinematics and stuff, so a bit more like a video game cutscenes and stuff. So that kind of also sounds very cool. So I'll be looking at that over the next couple of weeks, and I will get back to you in regards to that. And hopefully I can watch the movie, finally get around to watching that, and kind of see how that all ties together. Really ties the room together. So there's that. That's what I'll be doing. Other than that, not much else going on. What have I watched? I watched the other day, because on a whim I did, was the movie Twin Town. Came out in the 90s, around the same time as Train Spotting. It's Welsh, it's set in Wales. It was Rhys Ifans and actually his brother, but Rhys kind of became famous. He turned up in Notting Hill and many other things since then. But this is kind of where he turned up first of all. And it's directed by, I think it's Paul Allen, which is the brother of the other Allen bloke. Oh, shit. Keith Allen. That's the name. He's his brother. I think it's about one of the rare few films he actually did direct and all that. I really like this. I liked it when I saw it at the cinema. It's just a strange, quirky, weird crime kind of drama, kind of black comedy thing set in Wales. I think it's instantly heightened by the Welsh use of swear words, which there's a lot in here, which is just something coming out of that Welsh, with that Welsh twang to it. It really just tickles my funny bone. And it starts quirky and fun and weird, and then it delves very darkly. It gets dark. It gets really fucking dark. So be prepared. I don't know. It's something that has always been on me. It's rude, it's lewd, it's violent in places, but it's just this dark black character comedy study thing. And just everything, a bit Fargo-ish, not Fargo-ish, well, more Coen Brothers-esque. A Welsh Coen Brothers, I will say. Yes, something like that, because it's this just people being fucking idiots and it all escalating out of control. A bit Fargo-ish in that way, so. But yeah, it's got some very quotable dialogue. If you've never seen it, well worth tracking down and having a watch at. If any of that entices you, it is funny. I laugh out loud a few times at moments in this, and it stayed the course. I just every so often I dig it up and watch it again, and I don't tire of it. It's very well entertaining. I like that a lot. So there's a recommendation to you if you've not seen it. Twin Town, most fun, sort of in a fucked up, twisty kind of way. So that's that. That's it for this. You waited that long for this. How thrilling for you. How was that, eh? So I'm done. Welcome to all new subscribers. I know we're very close to the 400 subs, which is kind of scary, kind of cool. I got stuff to do. I just need to find the time to do it. So there will be more stuff coming as and when the time allows me to do that. For the time being, stay safe out there. Look after yourselves. And I'll be back as soon as humanly possible. Cheers.